It's 9:30 and we are at the county office. At this time, I'm going to ask Butchie Burns to lead us in the pledge.
Be glad to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Butch.
You're welcome.
All five members are in attendance. Dr. Martin is on the phone and Jeremy Wilson is on the phone as well. And they are hearing us, I suppose. You all are all here, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
gotcha. All right, we have no public comment. We're going to strike item 3, Roman numeral 3 on the agenda because we're going to be discussing it on down an administrative
Okay, to
item.
strike 3A, I'd like to make a presentation.
Oh, okay, 3A. We're not
3A.
striking it. We're going to let Mr. Burnett make a
So we're
presentation.
gonna do, just strike the A and
Yeah.
Correct.
We're fine.
thank you, dear.
Well, Dr. Martin, we have, I know that you were very adamant with Steve Gaines, but, I have a certificate here that I have framed for you. That I wanted to read to you here. It says, Dr. Donna Martin, 30+ years of service in Lincoln County Schools. Dr. Martin started teaching at age 19 at Orchard Branch. He then taught grades 5 through 8 at Ranger for several years and served as principal at Ranger K-8 for 2 more years. After that, she continued her career to central office in various capacities: reading supervisor, Title I reading, federal programs director, staff development director, textbook director, curriculum supervisor, elementary supervisor, assistant superintendent, interim superintendent. Dr. Martin also taught several educational administration classes at master's degree level at Marshall University. Dr. Martin has her Doctor of Education, Educational Administration, Reading Curriculum from Marshall University and West Virginia University. And it's signed by me, and it's pretty and framed for you. And I just want to tell you that I appreciate everything you've done, both past, present, and hopefully future.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So,
You don't much, so.
well, I have it here and I can mail it to you, or however you want us to get it to you, we will do so.
Well, I don't know. I'll talk to Robin about it.
Okay, all right, that'll work. And then while we're on here too, Mr. Dana Snyder, we have an Education Service Award for you. 30 years of service, special educator, dean of students, assistant principal, vocational director, principal, Duval and Lincoln County High School, secondary supervisor, special project director, special education director, and school board member. So presented by Lincoln County Board of Education this 28th day of June, 2024. Superintendent Frank Barnett, Assistant Superintendent Don Davis. And there's a quote on the bottom: education is simply the soul of society as it passes from one generation to the other. So we appreciate all your stuff, Dana.
Appreciate it.
Do we have a camera that can take the Dana and Jill's picture and we can get it in the paper where he's retiring after 122 years? Okay.
Dana, would you like to say anything?
Well, I do appreciate the good folks of Lincoln County for allowing me to serve in this capacity. I would encourage all folks to get into the service part of your community. It's important that we have folks that represent education in every other aspect of our community. So I do appreciate you guys, and I won't be gone very long, hopefully.
Well, I fully intend on using you in a different capacity.
You can't win. Jill, Steve, would you take Dana and Jill together maybe in front of them? Yeah, come on, Jill. She's what gets him ready and sends him to the board meeting. So we gotta give her. She dresses him pretty. Yes, you do. I had Jill in the first grade, you all. I've been teaching a while.
I'll just make a comment here.
I know it. He
that,
would came early at 3.
with Donna,
Thank you, Steve.
Dana, and Butchie and myself, I would probably feel free on betting that there was not another Board of Education with more educational experience in the entire state. We probably had, counting with Butchie's years, probably 100 years.
120 at least.
but it's probably around 140.
I bet, I do too, David.
But,
I think they are.
It's been my pleasure to work with both Donna and Dana. And, I found it to be, a great experience for me. I learned a whole lot more from them probably than they ever learned from me, but, nothing's equal in life. But I appreciate them both as serving as board members. Donna for a brief period of time here with us, and it's been a pleasure, Donna. We have learned a lot about the new school system since we retired. And, I go back with Dana, we worked together closely for several years. Dana's a close friend. The situation with, I think me and Dana, is we can get mad and argue and yell and have opposing opinions, but it's always for the right reason. And, after those battles are over, we're still friends. So that, I think that speaks something for a friendship that we have, and I appreciate that. But, wish you all well. And as Frank said, we have every intention of, working good horses to death. So we'll
You heard
have you
that,
back,
Neil.
I am sure. All right, with that, we'll move to item 4, approval of the minutes of May 28th and June 4th. Do I have a motion?
Excuse me, just one second.
Just 1 second, she said.
You need policies together. Do you want me to wait? We'll just do it on the new agenda. Okay, so, let me see.
We're approving the board minutes at the moment.
Yeah, okay. But it concerns board minutes, but we can't go back and change it. So I make a motion to approve both of them.
Okay, you make a motion to approve the minutes? Okay, Martin, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Snyder, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And 5-0. Butchie, because you will be affected with administrative item A, I'm gonna ask that you recuse yourself and go out in the hall until
Speak
we
for
finish
nothing.
this discussion.
No evil.
If you're involved in the discussion, it's going
It wouldn't be legal.
to affect you negatively here, so
That's right.
we'll call you back in a few moments. All right, administrative item A, revising the board policy. You all, Donna, I don't know if you all have the revised board policy. Do you have administrative item 5A, revised policy 04147? Oh, okay, good. All right, on that policy, I went to Canaan Valley for the new board training and talked to School Board Association President Jim Brown and other people up there. And counties are doing it in different ways. One thing is clear is that existing board members, which only pertains to me and Jeremy for the effective date of this policy, July 1, we cannot vote and receive this compensation because we're sitting board members and we can't raise their pay. When reviewing this policy, I don't think the board salary has increased since 1999. That's 25 years. It's been what it currently is. Legislature passed a bill with much confusion that allowed local boards to raise pay for members other than sitting board members. Since Donna and Dana is going off and Butchie technically is going off, she got reelected to come back on. So those 3 members, well, 2 members, Donna and Dana can vote for this because they're going to be exiting the board. That's why we've asked Butchie to recuse herself. She can't. So this is maximum. The wording says beginning July 1, any newly elected member or future members will be compensated at the maximum rate. And that maximum rate is set at $260 by the legislature. And we're deducting the number of meetings from 50 down to 40 to be compensated for. So in essence, Jeremy and I took about a $1,600 pay cut with this policy. So Jeremy, we just have to bite the bullet. So that's kind of where we're at with this. We thought the easiest way was just to revise the existing policy. Absolutely.
I think this is not what we have under the agenda, under administrative aid. We have revised policy. I think this is a bylaw. Is it not? At the top of the sheet, it says section 0000 bylaw.
You're right, it does, but what's the difference?
Well, I just because it's not a policy, it is a bylaw. It's,
Still policy 147.
I don't think that has to be voted on with the board.
It does, Dr. Martin.
Policy 0147.
Yeah,
Policy, that's just the bylaw of this
it's
policy.
the bylaw of the policy.
Policy 0147. Yes.
Correct. And then the reason why we chose the wording of maximum rate, because if that rate fluctuates, moving forward, we won't have to change it and take any other action.
For it to.
Now, we have, any newly elected, member, do we need a board member? Is that who we're talking about?
We're talking about Butchie being newly elected. We're talking about Robert Mosteller and Daniel Cartwright, who all come on back and get sworn in again on July 1.
Yeah, I mean, in general terms, if I found this in a book and I said, ready for board bylaws, copy of compensation, then I start reading, I don't know who this is. So it's newly elected board members or future board members.
Okay, so just insert those two. Okay,
I mean, I think that would be clearer.
that's fine.
And then, will be compensated. What I read in most of this stuff is the wording was may be compensated. And that leaves you flexibility in the future. If you ever have to decrease this for any reason, who knows? Extra or something financially, decrease the board pay.
If it's a legislative bill, you can't change
May
it.
be better. It's just a terminology thing that I think would give us some more flexibility.
Well, my confusion on that one, Dr. Martin, is that since this was a legislative change, I don't think it's a may, I think it's a shall.
Or will.
If it worded like that, could Don look that up, or you could look it up? Because and maybe I was reading the older version of the legislative,
I think you're right, Donna, that the legislature said the local boards may establish the pay rate. Now, the idea behind that is that the legislature can't grant us a pay raise because the money's coming from the local entity, not from the state. So the local county funds the board members. But if they're saying, hey, if you want to raise it, you may do that. They can't do a shall because they're not the funding source.
right. But if we do a shall, it's never going to be unless you go back through and revise this, okay? And then fight over who gets what. I think the word may simply gives us more flexibility, that's all.
Okay, so we're gonna reword it to say, beginning July 1, 2024, any newly elected board member or future board member may be compensated at the maximum rate per meeting attended.
I think that would just give the board more flexibility.
Did you get that, Robin? Okay,
I don't think any board members care as long as they get their check. I'm making a joke. Yeah, but I think that we can do that.
And I think that It just gives student boards, more flexibility to do what they need to do financially.
Okay. All right, that's the discussion on that particular one. Actually, I'll need a motion in a second to separate this from all the others because Butchie's not here. We'll have to bring it back to him. I'm asking for a motion in a second to separate item A.
So moved.
Snyder makes the motion. Martin seconds. All in favor to separate, say aye. And the motion carries 4-0. All right, now we'll vote on the separated item. Item A, revised policy 01 or bylaw 0147. All in favor, oh, I'll need a motion. Martin makes the motion. Wilson seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it passes 4-0. Now we can bring Dr. Burns back. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
And Dr. Burns is reattending the meeting again after recusing herself. Dr. Burns, item A on the administrative items was separated and voted upon separately. We're taking up now item B
Okay.
through,
Item A was concerning the pay raise or whatever.
yes,
What happened? Did we?
we voted it for
Okay,
everybody except
okay.
you.
Oh, it's
And,
about right. I had so
no.
much fun. I just come
Now the
in.
board voted to increase the pay salary for all
Same thing
three
for
new
everybody.
incoming board members.
Okay.
We're taking up items B through J. Any discussion?
Yes, under revised job descriptions, under F, down to principal mentor for Lincoln County Schools.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to that on the big, lot of colored paper you have, would you go to the first, let's see,
What color?
it's not the first bright pink, it's peach, it's peach. So we're talking about a principal mentor for Lincoln
That's all.
County Schools.
I've got this peach, but I can't see it. Principal mentor for Lincoln County Schools is what we're looking
Okay, I
for.
found it. It's right after the bright red.
Oh, okay. It down to right red. Is it the first one, Frank?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, what's your concern on that, Donna? Well, that's a very good concern, Donna.
If you're gonna be a mentor, you probably ought to have a little bit of experience,
Yeah,
right?
you just kind of assume that if you're gonna be superintendent, you would be principal, but I can think of one case where that wasn't so.
Could we just revise it to previous experience? I mean, I'm not against superintendents doing this. I don't know whether they have time or not.
Yeah,
It would be the perfect thing, but previous experience as a superintendent and or principal in a school district, would that satisfy my concern or not?
Yes.
I think it
Okay.
was.
You got the word top.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay. Does that make sense, Bubba?
It does.
Absolutely.
are all members in agreement with that change?
Yes.
All right, any other concerns, Donna?
Yes.
Or Jeremy?
under J, all the, following new revised policies that have been on a 30-day review. And, we have those, and they're in the stack. And then I want to refer back to the minutes of May the 28th, the green minutes. Okay, so if you don't care, go back to the second page of May the 28th minutes.
Okay,
Right? It's on there.
Yes.
Don, I think you work more closely with these than anyone. Some of you do anyway. Now, I'll reference these, because we tabled those on May the 21st, both Q and R. They're here and they're tabled. And so I thought they would be
String
picked
up
up in
here.
this J list of the ones we're approving. And they may be, and maybe the terminology is throwing me, Dawn. I don't know. But my question is about 5331, administration of opioid antagonists, and the next one, expected behavior and safe and supportive schools. And then 3 of the following new policies down there. I found required course of instruction, and I couldn't find the other 3 unless it's some kind of different terminology. And my question is, if these are not being adopted now in this list, are they to be on a future board agenda, or is something holding those up?
Well, I don't know what would have been holding them up. The reason why.
Well, what's the administration of opioid antagonists? Is it on this list on our agenda, and I just take find it?
It's probably just a mistake that we didn't put it on there.
Okay.
So that's something when we're gonna need to add to a future meeting.
Okay, and about the expected behavior and safe and supportive schools?
They were already,
Yeah, you could just mark that right off of them.
yeah, they weren't addressed on the June 4th meeting, so we've
They were.
evidently overlooked those.
No, they were tabled from the May 21st agenda, and we approved them on the 28th. I just have the line through it. I didn't take the line
you didn't take the lines off.
out of it.
But we
Okay.
did do action on May the
They were
28th.
approved
Yeah,
on
we
the
did.
28th.
So they were already.
So they were,
They were approved on 28th, so I just.
okay, they
the
were
line
approved
the-
on the 28th, Donna. They're on the agenda. That the item tabled from May the 21st is just signifying that, we brought it up. When you table an item, you have to bring it up the next week. And that notation on there is evidence that we brought it up from the week before. So we voted on it on the agenda on the 28th.
I just had the line through it on the minute. Go back.
Yeah.
Delete those. Delete the line out.
So
Yeah, I'm just confused. I'm trying to follow the trail, and I can't understand.
You want to
the
speak to that, Robin?
it's my understanding that,
Robin's going to speak to it.
okay,
Okay. Concern is, I just want to be sure that all of these are approved as board. That's all.
So Donna, what happened was when I copied it over to the minutes, I forgot to take the strike away from it. So those were approved, but on the minutes, I have where I copied them from the 21st agenda. The strike is through it, so I will need to take the strike out on the minutes that go in the minute book.
Okay, that explains it. Okay,
But they were approved.
they were approved. Okay, that's my only concern. And I was just reading it that they were not approved and they were marked. So that's fine.
Yeah, it's just wrong on the copy of the minutes that's there. But for the minute books, it's correct.
Some of these were repeated, I see. Required course of study, is that correct? No, it is 2230, and the required course of study list on this is 2215.
Yes.
I'm clear now. Thank you.
okay,
Sorry about that.
okay, thank you, Donna. Is there any other discussion on the administrative items? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Burns makes a motion.
Second.
Snyder seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's 5-0. Finance section. Any discussion? Have a lot of things on there. I haven't looked them over.
It is a lot.
Mr. Bell, since I don't have access to that, I'm gonna have to recuse myself from voting on that item.
Okay.
You guys want me to speak about those couple other items at the end? or-
Is there anything on here out of the normal or
No,
ordinary?
We just try to get.
It's just payment of bill.
Yeah. and we'll-
Yeah, it's just strictly payment of bills. I haven't looked at that. There's nothing there, but, I'll look at it after the meeting and reserve the option to comment next week, if that's all right.
Okay, what's the total on that, Mr. Bell?
I'm sorry,
What's the total on it?
$1,914,033.
Hey, thank you.
Yep, there it is.
all right, we have, finance section. I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve.
I make that motion.
Barnes makes the motion.
Second.
Wilson seconds, and we're having, Dr. Martin is going to abstain on this vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's 4-0 with one abstention. Takes us to the personnel section. Any discussion?
I have a quick question.
All right, go ahead, Donna.
Now, under S, abolish job posting, you're abolishing the secondary credit recovery program teacher, and why is that?
Just changing the job description up there was a part of it was virtual, and then part of it was the secondary credit recovery. So we're just combining that into one job and essentially saving the district about $5,000.
Well, that's fine. I have no problem with abolishing jobs or adding jobs. I just didn't know why that particular one was.
Yeah, because it was being posted as two separate positions, so we just combined it. And so that just added the duties to make one salary.
Will that be stationed at the high school?
And then we'll recreate it and add the virtual facility.
Yeah, it's just adding duties to that
That's the
position.
question I had.
Okay. And, I see we're losing their, agriculture teacher. Is that gonna be hard to replace?
We have a qualified applicant that's waiting in the wings, that's already teaching in another district that wants to come.
Fantastic.
And they live in Lincoln County.
And they live in Lincoln County.
That's even better.
Mhm.
All right, Dana, do you have anything?
No,
to
that was
add?
the same question I had.
Okay, any other discussion? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve personnel.
I'll make that motion.
Burns makes the motion, Martin seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any dissension? Done, unanimous. Bring us to the comments and concerns section.
Well, we're in a little bit of a snafu on the Duval project.
Oh, Lord.
There's a contingency built into the bid. There's a ground contingency and a building contingency and a furniture. There's every aspect of the building has a contingency budget built into it. That was part of the bid. We've gotten into some slips up there. The last meeting we had was a little bit ugly. But then, after the SBA got involved again, the tune has changed a little bit. And, I think that we're gonna be able to come back and make it reasonable, and it'll be covered through the contingency to repair the slip. Part of it is gonna be, it's up behind where the McNeely property is where the slip is. And, we don't own that property. We're going up to it, butting up against it. And they're looking at, driving, they're calling them nails. And what they do is they're driven back into the mountain in a pattern, horizontally and then into the bedrock. And then there's a structural mesh that's put up there as well. I kind of refer to it as kind of like repairing a dirt hernia. It's kind of the same thing. There's so they'll be going in to do that. We're meeting again next week to try to get some final figures on it. But it's a costly repair to this property. And, we had some concern, but, the gentlemen from the SBA have been involved in this very closely, and they don't seem to be sweating it any, so I think we're gonna be okay.
When you say costly, what do you mean?
I'm talking anywhere between $500,000 and $750,000. Or 700, yeah.
I expressed my concern to Frank yesterday or day before, whenever, that if we have a contingency plan, that's fine. But anything beyond that contingency, it's my position that the contractor eats it. We bid on the project.
Mhm.
It's a pig in a poke. If it came in cheaper, we wouldn't be getting money back. But if it comes in more, that's the contractor. That's how you roll the dice. And I'm never gonna be in favor of adding more to this project after the contractor said he could do it for a certain amount of money.
Do we have a lawyer that could, give us a written, on that kind of thing? It'd be good to
I
have
would
it.
say, just let's see how it
Let's
plays
see how it
out at
plays
the
out.
moment.
Well, and then if we have to, we get a lawyer about it.
Cause I think, like I say, if the guys from the SBA were sweating, then I would be sweating, but right now they're not. And, that's kind of where I was on it. Now that first initial meeting, I was just about ready to say, bring your trailers in, load your equipment, boys, we're done. And, then the clerk of the works followed me out, and he put his arm around me and said, "Don't go run your Jeep over the hill yet." Said, "We've already been talking. It'll be okay." And, I said, "All right, I'll trust you on this one right now." But, I do like this clerk. I'll give kudos to him publicly while I'm here. His name's Ken Mercer, and he doesn't hesitate to hold their feet to the fire, for contractors. He'll tune them up if he needs to, and I'm real pleased with that. So, but that's where we are at this point. I know they're moving a lot of dirt.
All right, just a comment. I haven't talked to Butchie, but I think I've talked to everybody else on the board. I got a call from state tax department, and I'll make a long story short if I can. I got a call from the state tax department in response to our letter asking them for an investigation why our tax assessments that we got were so drastically
Mhm.
out of line from years past. And they did investigate, and they found two mistakes. One was in the oil and gas section, which was a $12 million mistake, and one in the class 2 and 3 properties, which was a $58 million mistake. And that all came about with the transition of the assessors taking place and not talking to each other, basically, and reports didn't get in on time and that sort of thing. So they tell me that's the problem. We're not entirely sure how to get the money. The money is being collected as we speak. It's just not
From
being
the county
earmarked to the Board of
officials.
Education. It's being earmarked to the county commission. I have made contact with the county commission president. We're going to have a meeting next week when he gets back from vacation. I'm not sure that the county commission was even aware that there was a problem with the tax structure. So we're Austin's on it. Mr. Barnett's on it. It looks as though the lady from the tax department said, "Don't hold me to anything," but it looks that our revenue coming in, instead of being 700,000, the deficit is going to be close to 2 million as an asset. So that would be good news. we can party hardy if that happens.
When is
So
there,
in any event, I think we continue to pursue this.
Mm.
If, we don't get some amiable solution with the county commission, I think we go the legal route.
Yeah.
And, sue to get what we need to be doing, but, that's a last resort. So I'm hoping that, we can get this ironed out, quickly and easily, but the money's there. The money's not lost. It's there. We just have to get our title, name on it. So that's kind of where we stand with that. Any other discussion?
Just one quick thing, they're coming Monday to, paint stripes on the track. The company's supposed to be here Monday. The top part of the scoreboard is up, the Panther sign and, it's on the scoreboard. The brackets were missing from the, sponsor panel, but Austin's been in contact with them. Those should be here very presently. And, we'll have those items up.
I've thanked him before, but I want to thank him once again. Austin Lucas did a fantastic job of getting that sports facility over there to where it's at. We've given him a hard time a few times, but his diligence, well, you know, it wouldn't be there if Austin hadn't have done what he did. And, so I appreciate it, Austin. Thank you very much.
Austin, will they be playing football this fall up there?
Hopefully by Wednesday next week,
We'll have bleachers or something?
everything.
We did that last fall, but
Well, I just want, I've not been up there. I've just, driven by and I didn't know whether we had enough work done to let the community and the county go up there for football games.
and I talked to our, state senator Ruby Phillips this week and, asked him about the money request that has been sitting on the governor's desk, and he made his contacts and he said it's still there. It hasn't been rejected or approved. It's still,
Lay there.
it's still in the mix along with a lot of others. So, he's pushing all he can do, but there's only so much you can do. But, I told him I really needed an answer, yes or no. If we weren't going to get it, I'd like to know that. If we were going to get some of it, that would be good to know too. So we'll pursue that.
Dr. Martin, you had something else?
Yeah, could you spare me just a few more minutes,
Sure.
board members and staff over there? Could I say a few more words?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Donna.
Number one, Frank, I forgot on, when you put some things on my certificate there, I did not even mention that I was a previous board member for 4 years. Could that be added without too much problem?
That sure can.
Okay, thank you. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone over there. I want to thank each board member personally, Jeremy, Richie, Dana, David. You've just been so kind and cooperative to me. I really appreciate that. And Frank, you and Don are just, I think you're doing a very good job. And you can't talk about you two guys without talking about Robin, who is very competent and she presents this demeanor on behalf of the whole system. And so I would advise anybody outgoing, incoming, whatever, try to keep that trio of people intact. The central office staff, I find them very caring, confident. I think that they're very competent. And of the school staff, the rest of the central office staff, and all the service, the professional people, I have such high hopes for our county and for the kids in our county. And to everybody, the new people coming in and the existing staff, I hope you have such a safe and productive upcoming school year. And I wish you all Godspeed.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
Anyone have anything else? If not, I'm going to hand the gavel to Dana Snyder. And I'm going to let Dana Snyder do the adjournment.
Motion to adjourn? Wilson, second?
Mm-hmm.
There a second?
Yeah, it was Wilson. Uh-huh.
Okay,
9:53.
time is 9:53 and we are adjourned.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
I'm sad.